Hey, Streams of Fitness fam. Got a trip down memory lane for you today. More specifically, investment memory lane. Before we do that, let's take care of some administrative things. If you could be so kind as to hit that like button there, would love that. Go ahead and follow me. Get alerted every time I drop a video. But back to the matter at hand. So, investment memory lane. Things I used to invest in. And we use the air quotes for invest here. These things that I used to spend money on is a better way to put it. If I look back at my younger self and things I would say, maybe pump the brakes on something that you just wanted to spend, or you have some money burning in your pocket. There are other ways to look at it. Some things that I bought in my mid-20s to mid-30s that I maybe wish I had back, or maybe wish that I had done in a different order. I was buying things, calling them investments, like SUVs. I had a Ford Expedition that I just had to have. Leather seats, tinted windows, all that. Chevy Tahoe that I just had to have. That with the video, the rims, the nice system, the woofers in it, I had to have it, for whatever reason. It was just a place to spend money. I ultimately got rid of that car when gas went way up. I think when I bought the car, gas was around $2. When I got rid of the car, gas was approaching $5. So I couldn't get rid of it fast enough. That was one thing. Making matters worse, I was spending thousands of dollars on rims for these cars. Who was I trying to impress? What was I trying to prove? It looked good. I guess you felt cool riding around in it. But like I said, if I had it to do again, getting a little closer to something that resembles an actual investment, and just a caveat, I had a job and was contributing to things like 401ks, and I had a couple of savings accounts for my children, their college funds, the 529s and stuff like that, putting a few $100s a month in there. But okay, so anyway, back to my bad investments. Timeshares. So I was getting involved in timeshares and not realizing that this is just a way for me to put money in the timeshare owner's pocket, in Marriott Vacation Club's pocket. Awareness is really key. Not having an awareness at the time of things like Airbnb, which I believe Airbnb was maybe in its infancy, but it would have been nice to be aware of that, to have an avenue to turn these liabilities into assets that could actually make me some money when I wasn't using it. Same thing with the cars. I think Turo was young, but maybe something I could have been looking into at the time to, had a hot car, maybe somebody would want to drive it and make some money off of it. So those are just a couple of things. Okay, so I finally graduated to some what I would call more worthwhile investments, some real estate. So a couple that I invested in, and something that I didn't invest in. So I'll start with what I did invest in. So bought a house, bought a condo after the house. Thing to remember about these is again, I was only thinking about these in the context of this was a place to live for me and I wouldn't be paying rent. So not looking at this as a way to build wealth or to make money. So still awareness. So still lacking that awareness, or that mindset shift that I would get later. Sadly, this is an awareness or a a mindset that we get from our parents, we get from whoever raised us, whoever's life we emulate when we picture success. So my parents had a house when I was growing up. They still live in the same house. They've owned this house for as long as I've been alive. So that was my model. I never thought of it, or and more importantly, we never had discussions about a house as anything more than a place to live. So, like I said, had the house, had the condo, had no awareness of wealth or what this meant for my net worth or for my ability to leverage capital or to build capital going forward. Enough said on that. That's just a lost opportunity when I look at it in retrospect, but a learning experience. A couple of takeaways from those. I bought the house with almost no consideration to interest rate or payments or equity or anything like that. Like I said, it was just purely this is a house, this is where I'm going to live, and that's it. So, more compelling story here. So, not having an awareness of Airbnb or any other rental, or just even renting in the conventional sense, I didn't attempt to keep those properties when I was making a next move. It was always sell and get into the next thing, make a move. Never any conversation about equity. Best opportunity that I look at in retrospect. So a couple friends of mine took me to look at a multi-tenant unit. This is when we were again in our mid-20s. I think of the three of us, one guy really got it. The other friend kind of got it, was kind of going along with it. I was clueless. This is a unit, so this is a 5-tenant unit in Oakland, California. So at the time, I think rents are going for about $1,500 a month. So imagine $1,500 a month times 5 times 12. Anybody doing the math? That's about $90,000. So $90,000 a year, even split 3 ways, is $30,000 to be made off of this property. Here's the real kicker to this. So at the time, this 5-unit multi-tenant unit was selling for under $300,000. So at the time, this was not something that I could really wrap my head around. Looking at that now, I'd be salivating looking at that. That's, as a Californian, that's basically getting a place for a song, as they say. That same place now has jumped to a value, I just looked it up the other day, to about, estimates between 1.3 and 1.6 million, depending on which site you check it out on. Rents in that area now, between $2,800 and $3,000 a month. So about twice as much as they used to be, and about twice as much possibility to make money on those. Even when you subtract all of the maintenance, the property taxes, the mortgage, any upkeep, any issues, property tax with the properties through all that time, you still come out way ahead. So that's the lesson. That's my memory lane. That's the the ones I wish I had and ones I wish I had back. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, once you're done, or hopefully those of you that paid attention when we got started, hit that like button. Definitely continue to follow us here at Streams of Fitness.